And while many Alabama residents are in favor of that new law, there is one group that depends on immigrants to do work they say many others aren't willing to do.
Fox 10 News reporter Libby Amos joins us now. And Libby, you were able to speak with several local farmers who use a lot of this immigrant labor, right?
I was able to, that's right, Bob. And let me tell you, this is quite the touchy subject. Many of our local farmers are dependent on immigrant labor to pick their crops every day. And that's the produce you and I are buying in the grocery store. But many of the men I spoke with agree that immigrants in the state of Alabama need to be legalized in some form or fashion.
Since 1957, Bill Penry has been farming what he calls the money makers, that is, sweet potatoes. But with Alabama's new immigration law in effect, discouraging the hiring of immigrants, Penry Farms is literally at stake.
I don't know enough about the law to talk about it. It says it's the toughest law that's out there. We know there's illegals here. A lot of them has got family here that is the children are legal, but they're not legal. What you going to do with all these children? They got to make it easier to get legal, for them to get legal to come here and work, because nobody else is going to pick these potatoes off the ground. No way.
Penry says sweet potatoes have to be hand-picked in order to keep them free of ugly bruises, and that even someone unemployed won't do that work.
That man's not going to come. He's not going to work on the ground like that. You've only got a few people that work on the ground anymore. We used to use the local labor all the time. It's no more local labor. They won't do this kind of work the way we have to do it today.
This is 300 acres of sweet potatoes. They will all be ready to pick and eat within the next 30 days. If the immigration law stands, it's still unknown who will come pick them.
This crew that we have is not going to be legal, and we don't know that, and we feel like they're not, but we just don't know where we're going to go from here. And we don't want to quit growing sweet potatoes because they've been our mainstay for years, you know.
At 80 years old, Penry says he has seen enough immigrant workers in the field to know they get the job done.
These people come in and do everything that the American people don't want to do, and they pick everything that you eat. From fruit, potatoes, watermelons and all, you know, because we don't have no local people to do this anymore.
Several of the farmers I spoke with today off camera say the inconsistency of the immigration law is already hitting their business. They told me workers are simply moving to states who do not have immigration laws, and they say that could jeopardize farming in Alabama. Now, Bob and Lenise, many of those same farmers I spoke with today say they do agree that there's got to be something done to legalize these illegal immigrants so that they'll be paying taxes into our system and things like that. They say they just don't agree with the way the state of Alabama is approaching the matter, basically having everyone locked up and thrown in jail.
Well, it's important to remember that this law did pass by big margins in the Alabama House and the Alabama Senate.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Libby.